Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly video update. I am your host on this adventure, Matt DeWolf. And friends, this is the show that every single week is going to give you at least one key takeaway that you can enact in your business right away. So that's what this is all about. We're not going to spend a ton of time here. This is all about making sure you have what you need while you're on the go, because we know that your time is valuable and you don't have a lot of it. So I want to start off with one key takeaway for you right out of the gate. So if you get nothing else from this conversation, this is it. All right. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for the support of what we do at ICA. Thank you for paying attention when we send you these messages. And I just want to say thank you to you. Now, why do I do that? Well, number one, because it's true. I am appreciative of everything that you all do and the support that you bring. Number two, there's a book, a really fast business book read. It's called 212 Degrees. It's that one extra degree that takes water from hot to boiling, right? It's that 212 is the boiling point of water. So it's all about those extra efforts. One of the things that I pulled out of that that I think is really helpful, especially as you go back to your business and you're managing people and you're just working as a team, is try and say thank you one more time every single business day. At the end of the year, that means that over the course of that year, you have said thank you and showed your appreciation for your people 200 more times than you would have otherwise. So that's one key takeaway. One, bang, bang, bang. If nothing else, you got one. Go have a great day. But I got a few more things for you, some stuff you need to be aware of. So what do we have? Well, our first thing is an event coming up July 26th at 11 a.m. Central. That's Pitch. It is ICA members only. That is where you're going to catch some of the newest product and services innovation in this industry. So check that out. Don't be on the sidelines for that one. And then we've got another event coming up for you, Car Wash Show Europe. That's September 21 through 22. That is in the Netherlands. And on the 20th, we've got a batch of tours taking place. So if you really want to see some cool stuff and get your mind blown by really fascinating washes, go check out those tours on the 20th. Get everything you need for that at carwashshoweurope.com. What else do we have? Well, in the supplier space from our champions group here, we've got IMO naming WashTec as its official chemistry supplier. So that's a big deal for WashTec. It's a big deal for IMO. IMO's got 700 plus locations. And so that's a really, really big thing to watch here and to see what that move looks like and what they do. So this week's video is all about communication, right? So we started off talking about making sure you say thank you more. We've got a podcast episode that dropped that is all about communication, and it features Sarita Mabin, who was a speaker at the Car Wash Show 2023, talking about some things that we can really work on to make sure we communicate more clearly with one another and that we really, really, really take the best opportunity to diffuse situations when we're working with customers or even our team members. So handling some of those complaints that we can sometimes run into, super valuable. Check out this clip.
So I have a 3-question litmus test that I always like to recommend to decide, to confront or not to confront. We debate about that, to confront or not to confront. And I feel like the 3 key questions to ask, number one is it having some sort of negative effect? A lot of times it's our ego talking and our ego saying, hey, they didn't do it my way, so now I have an issue. But the question number one is there some negative effect either on the morale, the customer experience, the process? What is the negative effect? And then the second question is it starting to affect my attitude? Sometimes we feel resentful, and some of you may have heard of the definition of resentment. Definition of resentment is taking poison and waiting for the other person to die. So here we are over here going, it's awful, it's miserable. And we're wondering, why are they not dropping over, and they're just sometimes oblivious to the fact that there's a problem. So if our attitude is becoming ugly, we're beginning to get resentful. That would be the second one. And then thirdly, what are the consequences if we don't handle it? It's always so sad when good people leave an organization or leave a business or customers are lost because some situation is not handled. And so the big consequence of not confronting is that it has far-reaching effects for other people, customers, and employees alike. So again, is it having a negative effect? Is it affecting my attitude? And what are the consequences of not confronting the situation?
All right, so that conversation is really powerful. And obviously I'm a little bit biased because it's a podcast that we produce, but communication is huge, and I think we all have lots of room to be reminded about how to really maximize the way we talk to people, the way we ask for the things we need, and the ways that we can really engage our folks to make sure that our team is really, really firing on all cylinders. So check that out anywhere you're getting your podcast episodes. Your easiest place to do that is in the Car Wash Magazine app. Speaking of that app, we do have a story that dropped for you just this week. This is all about technology and how you can tap into that to really bolster your sustainability efforts. We've seen this conversation starting to come up a lot more in this industry as we kind of move forward here, and folks are really, really paying attention to how they can leverage technology across their business to really be in a good spot when it comes to sustainability, because it's both a business decision and an environmental decision, and those things are starting to work hand in hand really nicely. So check that article out again in the magazine app. I've got one last thing for you this week. Okay, so we've been talking about communication. We talked about, saying thank you more often. We talked about ways that you could diffuse situations as you're working with customers and employees. Check this out. Okay, we've got courses for you, right? So ICA's LEAD program, lead.carwash.org. We've got a bundle of handling complaints like a pro. We've got some stuff for you here around the customer service front, around your sales team, all kinds of great bundles to help you train your people to fill those gaps, to make sure you're doing better tomorrow than you are today. So lots of great stuff here. This is all by the individual course per individual. So pricing starts at $100 per course per individual. Really valuable stuff. Really a nice way for you as an organization to start your training, to fill in some gaps, and to get people going right away on the stuff that you need the most. So check that out. Again, that's lead.carwash.org. Okay, now, I got a couple asks for you before we let you get back to it. Number one, if you like what we are sending to you, please let us know. If there's something you want to hear about, please let us know. And if you have a story to share, you're doing something cool, please let us know. Otherwise, go out, download the Car Wash Magazine app. And friends, when you are just killing it washing cars, no matter what you're doing, there's only one thing you've got to do, and that is keep it clean.